You know, I've owned 3 different jets in my life, and used them and just burning them up for the Lord Jesus Christ.
So it's funny, we do our realtor calling group down here at night, and I was gone yesterday, and I'm looking down and I see an 800-watt PV speaker sitting next to me. Andrew, what the hell are people doing down here after I leave? Right next to the distiller. All right, so Liberty Home Equity Solutions wants you to know on October 18th that they're going to have a forward mortgage versus a reverse mortgage webinar. Now, this is interesting to me because my father-in-law should have done a reverse mortgage purchase. It would have been better for him, and I knew this at the time. And so they're going to explain the difference between just your standard forward mortgage and a reverse mortgage HECM type of purchase. I'm going to check this out. Everybody should. There's going to be great talking points. All we need to do is click this banner. Check this thing out, guys. Right over there. Okay, so the good news here. 83% of Generation Zers plan on owning a home in the next 5 years. Now, the bad news, what they should be saying is 83% of the Gen Zers want to own a house in the next 5 years. So let me bring this home, okay? I want a 2019 Bombardier Learjet 40X6. Now, I'm not planning on owning one in the next 5 years. You see the difference? Because that would require me to become a televangelist, because I think they're the only ones who can afford these things.
Use them and just burning them up for the Lord Jesus Christ.
Televangelist Jesse Duplantis says God himself told him it's time for an upgrade.
So you might be asking yourself, why am I being so pessimistic? Which I'm really not, because solutions always avail themselves to our most pressing problems, okay? Well, here's the reason I'm pessimistic. From a study by Property Shark that gauges what Gen Zers want to buy in terms of housing, square footage wise, versus what they can actually afford. Now, in the survey, Gen X wants to buy a home that averages 2,081 square feet, okay? Now, they could actually afford 803 square feet. I mean, seriously, if you think about this, you expect a Ferrari, and all you really get is a Pontiac Aztek. In that case, you're probably just gonna keep taking the bus. Or in our case, you're gonna keep renting. I mean, you want 2,000 square feet, all you can afford is 800 square feet. Like I said, you're gonna keep renting. Let's keep doing this. Moving to millennials. Millennials want to buy a house that averages 1,883 square feet. Now, you notice here that it's a little bit smaller than the Gen Zers, because that's what age will do to you. It crushes your dreams, or makes you less unrealistic. Now, what they can actually afford is 812 square feet. Still the Aztek versus Ferrari type of problem here that's going to keep most of these millennials as renters. Let's move on to Generation X. This would be my generation. Now, we want, on average, to buy a home that is 2,116 square feet. Now, remember, at this point, we're a little older and we've got kids, so we want to get bigger homes. We need bigger homes. Now, are we being realistic with what we want? What we can afford on average, Gen X, is 974 square feet. We shook the dice and rolled them again, and what we rolled was Aztek Ferrari. And this is not gonna cut it. So let's think about this. What does it say that the 3 youngest adult generations in our country who aspire to own homes simply cannot afford to buy a home? I mean, I'm talking across the boards. All 3 generations has reasonable expectations of their house size. It's not like they were looking for mansions, yet not a single one of all 3 of these generations can afford even the most modest of house. We ask ourselves why our industry is stagnant. Well, I'll tell you. Number 1, we simply can't afford to buy a house if we're renters right now. And number 2, nobody's building the homes that we actually could afford if we wanted the Pontiac Aztek as a house. That's the problem. But understand, there will be a solution. Number 1, we will build more affordable homes to kickstart our national real estate industry. That's desirable, that's doable, and within our power of choice. Or number 2, if we wait too long, the market's going to simply do it for us. Prices will continue to drop, record equity will be lost, and we'll go into another recession. And if this happens, our collective indecision will ultimately be our choice.
The televangelist Kenneth Copeland recently bought a $36 million Gulfstream 5 jet.
Okay, so if you're in real estate or lending, you're in sales, and you need to get on the phone with your past clients, your future clients, and potential clients, aspiring clients, referral partners, sphere of influence, acquaintances, family, and friends. And you need to do it in that order. I think we just had a little earthquake there. Now, in case you didn't get that order, let's try it again. You got it? That's what you need to do in that order. Now, I organized a real estate calling group down at my office with targeted lists and scripts that have had remarkable results. Hundreds of listing presentations in the past month alone. Now, I'm not going to get into all of that, but I do want to share a couple observations that might help you as a real estate agent or a lender when calling folks. Number one, call reluctance does not end by simply dialing a phone number. Talking to somebody is not a victory. You need to actively listen to them, find the need, and see if your profession fills that need. If not, is there a referral that you could give to a related industry that might fill that void for that future client of yours? It could be a loan, landscaping, maintenance, repairs, insurance, and so much more. In short, a no to you on one of these calls is usually not the end of the conversation. You need to listen. Dive deeper, provide value, and you'll be surprised how many deals are left on the table. Not only from the individuals that you're calling on, but from both them and their sphere of influence, and those, by the way, that you have sent your newly minted referrals to. Make sure you stay on the phone. Number two, these are people that you're talking to, actual living people. Sure, you're nervous, and the fact that you're calling means you're more dedicated and disciplined than your industry peers. But you cannot let your nerves turn you into a robot when you're talking to people. This usually happens and it's self-correcting with enough calls. That's really the key. When you make your call, make it conversational and talk to your target like you would talk to one of your friends. You become more human in the process and your conversion ratio will go through the roof. Number three, finally, do not sell. As Jeffrey Gitomer once said, nobody likes to be sold, but everybody likes to buy. Your product is beneficial. Your product helps a person's place in their own life. Real estate, guys, is going to sell itself if only your target is ready to receive your message. The best way to do this is to shut up at every single opportunity. If somebody wants to share anything with you, shut up. Let them finish and engage them on their terms with their conversation.
You need to shut the up.
This shows interest in the other person and is going to make them more receptive to your message and ultimately your product of selling homes and money. Look, I know you think calling sucks, and it kinda does, but you chose your profession, not me, so deal with it or get out of the business. By making these cold calls, the activity itself is a discipline which makes other disciplines that define your chosen profession easier to fulfill. I mean, look at cold calling as your professional exercise. It makes playing the game that much easier, enjoyable, and most importantly, more effective. We've got lean days in front of us, and being lean and mean with your profession is what you need to do to ride out this storm. I hope this all helps, and if you're meeting us for the first time, make sure you subscribe. We're going to send you great little tidbits about real estate and lending every single day of the week. And of course, if you watch our show and you like it or frankly hate it, I don't care what you think about it, forward it on to other people in real estate and lending because frankly that helps us out. If you could do that, it'll make me happy, if you want to. With that said, I will see you guys soon. Have a great day and happy selling.